radical. They are also classified as cations and anions. They are called because this holds a negative charge and this holds a positive charge. So, acid radical and basic radical. Next is writing a chemical formula. How do we write a chemical formula? First, we write down the basic radical first. Basic radical, take any basic radical first. First of all, we write the basic radical. So, we take a basic radical, suppose magnesium. And we write the charge on it. Radicals are always charged units. And we take a compound acid radical, sulfate. This also has a charge, 2-. So first we put the basic radical, then we put the acid radical, put their charges. Now we divide by the highest common factor. This 2 and 2 will cancel. Interchange of valencies is done. That means this is the crisscross method. And what is the ultimate formula? Now this is turned into 1, so it is Mg. SO4 has also got 1 now, so MgSO4. So first we write the basic radical, then we write the acid radical with their charges. We cancel the charges with the highest common factor and then interchange and in a crisscross way, and we write the formula. If you have to derive the valency from a formula, the same method, just the reverse method is applied. Means suppose you are given a formula X2O or X2S. Find the valency of X. Then what do? We take it back, the reverse gear. That means X is 2- and this is 1+. If I ask you to find out the valency of nitrogen in NO2, then again first of all, NO2, we know that oxygen is bivalent, that it has valency 2. So we will put this again in the back gear. But we know that oxygen is bivalent, so we will multiply both with 2. N becomes 4, oxygen becomes 2. Because oxygen oxide ions cannot have one valency. It is known that it does not exhibit variable valency also, so it has 2 valencies. So into 2, when we are multiplying this by 2, we have to multiply this also by 2. So what is the valency of nitrogen in NO2? It is 4. Valency of nitrogen in NO2 is 4. So now writing the chemical formula we did. Now naming of compounds. How do we name a compound? There's a metal and a non-metal. Suppose the compound contains a metal and a non-metal. So we place the name of the metal, then the non-metal plus ide. Suppose the metal is Fe, iron, and the non-metal is S. So when we are writing it in a combination, what we will write? Iron sulfide. Or it can be an electropositive ion also, hydrogen. Chlorine. Non-metal is chlorine. So we write hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride, IDE. IDE is added. Metal plus the non-metal plus IDE. Hydrogen chloride, iron sulfide, aluminium nitride. calcium carbide. So the metal is calcium, carbon is the non-metal, and IDE. So we add IDE, metal plus non-metal plus IDE. That is the way of when a metal and a non-metal compound is named. Next is when two non-metals, both are non-metals, like say SO2, P2O5, CO, CO2, SO3, etc. How do we name these? The term mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, these are used. For example, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. This is pentaoxide. So, mono, di, tri, penta, these are used when two non-metals are named. Next is two elements and oxygen. Two elements are present. Usually the first is suppose NaNO2, NaNO3, or say Na2SO3, Na2SO4. Here what happens is this is sodium nitrite, ite, and this is sodium nitrate, means the metal, non-metal, and in this the counting the number of oxygen. The compound which contains less number of oxygen is ite, and the compound in which oxygen is in more numbers, the more number of oxygen atoms are present, then it is called ate. So this is sodium nitrite and this is sodium nitrate. Here sodium, sulfur and 3 oxygen, sodium, sulfur and 4 oxygen. So this is ite and this is ate. Sodium sulfite, sodium sulfate. Similarly, ClO2, ClO3, ClO4, ClO. This is, let us put a metal radical, NaClO, NaClO3, NaClO4, NaClO. So this is chlorite, this is chlorate, this is sodium chlorite, this is sodium chlorate, because it has got one more oxygen. This is O2, this is O3, one more oxygen. NaClO4, one more than the chlorate is called perchlorate. So this is sodium perchlorate. And one oxygen less than the chloride is hypo. So this is sodium hypochlorite. This is how the elements and oxygen, two elements and oxygen. Now acids, how are the acids named? Acids can be a binary or hydracid, doesn't contain oxygen, or it can be a polyvalent oxygen atom. So when it is a binary, like HCl, we prefix with hydro and suffix, prefix means what is added in front, and suffix with a ic, IC, hydrochloric acid. Means in between the middle name, hydro, prefix is hydro, then suffix is IC, hydrochloric acid, hydrobromic acid, HBr, HF, so on. These are for binary acids, only 2 means 1, 2. But for polyvalent compounds like say H2SO4, HNO2, HNO3, These are named according to the second element. Second element. But again, you can see that the number of oxygen atom is less over here. Number of oxygen atom is more over here. So if it is less, then we call it us. Sulfurous, second name, so sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid. Sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid. Nitrogen is here, so nitrous acid, nitric acid. More number of oxygen, so nitric acid, and less number of oxygen, so nitrous acid. Now we calculate, this we have already done, calculation of valency. Now we come to equations. After chemicals, formulas, chemical symbols and formulas, we will come to equations. What is the chemical equation? It represents the whole reaction, chemical reaction, symbolic representation of a chemical reaction. In terms of what? In terms of symbols and formula. Now, what are the parts in a chemical reaction? A chemical equation. A chemical equation can be a word equation. If we write it in words, iron plus water is the oxide of iron and hydrogen. We can write it in words, but conventionally it is written in, this is a chemical equation. Word equation, chemical equation. So the chemical equation or a word equation, it contains two parts. The reactants, the LHS, the left hand side is called reactant, and the RHS, right hand side, is called the product. Means these two are the reactants. They are reacting to give these two as product. In between the reactants we put a plus sign. In between the products also we put a plus sign, and both in the reactant side and product side are joined by an arrow. Now the law of conservation of mass says that the atoms are neither, means matter is neither created nor destroyed. So the number of atoms on the left hand side will have to be equal to the number of atoms on the right hand side. In order to achieve this, it has to be balanced. The chemical equation has to be balanced. Now, how do we balance this equation? We will do by one method, the hit and trial method. We first look for first we write down all the elements that are taken part in the chemical reaction. The elements, iron, hydrogen, oxygen. Here also in the product side also it's the same elements, iron, oxygen and hydrogen. Next we find out the frequency, how many times it has occurred of the elements in the reactant side and in the product side. Iron, how many times it has occurred? Only once, so frequency is 1. Hydrogen, 2 atoms, so we write 2. Oxygen, 1 atom. Product side, 2. Fe is 2. 2 times Fe2, so 2. Then hydrogen, 2 atoms, so 2. And oxygen, 3 atoms. So we write down the frequencies. Now we have to balance this. How do we balance this? We balance with the least frequency, taking the least frequency first. Iron has been balanced. Iron here in the product side, you are seeing 2 irons. So electropositive elements are usually first balanced. So see, what do we write? We write a 2 over here. Then we come to the oxygen part. How many oxygen atoms are there? 3. And here this side it is only 1. So we will have to multiply this by 3 in order to get 3 both sides. Now hydrogen is left. Let us see now that there's a change because we have multiplied this by 3. How many hydrogen now? 6 hydrogen. So in order to get 6 hydrogen, we have to multiply this by 3. So we put a 3 over here. Now you can see that the number of atoms this side is equal to the number of atoms over here. That means the LHS is equal to RHS. 2 Fe, 2 Fe, 3 oxygen, and 6 hydrogen, 6 hydrogen. This is called a hit and trial method. You have to practice and then only you will be able to do this.